Sex trafficking is forcing one person to have sex with another person or group of people for profit. Human slavery is far more different now than it was in the past. Slavery in the past was based off of race. Today, anyone can be trafficked. In many cases, girls are trafficked without anyone knowing about it. Traffickers can blackmail girls into compliance, and these girls are often too scared to tell anyone what is happening to them. Thus, traffickers are able to traffic girls without kidnapping them and keeping them, unlike past slavery, where slaves were kept in quarters. Slavery was once legal, but is now illegal in most countries. Modern slavery is different from the price of slavery today because 92% of victims in human trafficking are used for sex slavery, unlike in the past where most victims were used for manual labor. Say a sex trafficker has only one female in his brothel. If he makes her have sex with 30 men a day at $20 per man, that's $600 a day. Sex traffickers do it for the money. Aside from the large sum of money that sex traffickers make, they are also allowed to do a criminal job that they are highly unlikely to get caught doing. Because of so many prostitutes and escorts, it is hard for authorities to find out whether a victim is a victim or a prostitute or an escort. So it's easy for sex traffickers to get away with. Sex trafficking takes things that are legal and makes them illegal. For example, in Iran, it is very legal for a girl to marry at the age of 15. This girl is promised a hand in marriage, but instead is forced into prostitution. Sex trafficking happens throughout the world, but one of the major sex trafficking countries is India. India is a sex trafficking capital. This is because it's located right between three other sex trafficking capitals: Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nepal. Nepalese and Bangladeshi girls are trafficked to Pakistan through India. Men are trafficked through India to the Middle East for forced labor. India is a stop and go for human trafficking throughout southern Asia. Girls below the age of 10 are trafficked throughout India. The original ages of most trafficking victims in India were 14 through 16, but have been lowered to below 10 through 16 through recent years. Criminals all over the world get away with sex trafficking. In the sex trafficking capital of the world, people get away with trafficking because of the high rate of poverty. In many cases, a trafficker will go to the house of a young girl and offer the girl's family a sum of money. Then the trafficker will tell the girl's family that she will work as a maid for a rich family or get her education, and monthly she will send money back to her family for a better life. Once the family has finally handed over the girl, she becomes a sex slave. This case scenario happens more often than not, resulting in over 50,000 people being annually trafficked in South Asia. Police officers are told to put a stop to such things from happening, but often they turn their heads when offered a bribe. Victims aren't only sold in person, but are also sold online. Ads like the one shown in the photo can be found on sites like Backpage. Backpage is a site that allows victims to be trafficked online. Although it is highly illegal, it is difficult for authorities to shut down because escorts and prostitutes also run their businesses from Backpage, which makes it difficult for authorities to find out whether the victim is actually a victim or just an escort or a prostitute. Traffickers don't only sell victims online, but they can also lure victims into chat sites that are hard for the FBI and other authorities to trace them. After luring these girls into a chat sites, they decide to talk somewhere more privately. Some of these girls talk to traffickers for several months before deciding to meet them in person, which result in them being kidnapped and trafficked. What can we do to end the social injustice of human trafficking? Well, we can start by petitioning and boycotting ads such as Backpages. People did this when Craigslist had sex trafficking on the site, and they were forced to take it down by the United States by law. Another way to fight against human trafficking is to donate money to sites like notforsale.org. Sites like this campaign against human trafficking. In helping the fight against human trafficking, we can get out there and do it on our own. There are thousands of missionaries that go out to fight against human trafficking in different countries, and you're never too young to sign up.